Good day, this is me with the two shotguns here. They're single shots. I was thinking it's time to discuss some things about them that I've discovered. May or may not be important. Let's start with this one. We have the Double Eagle M56, 58. I'm not sure, it's the same thing inside really. It's plastic. Buttstock is all plastic. This is plastic, everything. Except I guess the heat shield may be cheap metal. You have the hop up, so you can adjust it from the outside, which is, yeah, they're spoiling me. The sound is pretty nice. It's funny though. The pop is distinct. It feels a bit airy when you shoot it, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Here goes the magazine. Drop out no problem. As you can see here, we have a sturdy construction. There are basically no seams, no nothing to fall apart on this, but two tiny screws there, and then we have two big ones there, and no problem so far. It seems to be reliable. It can take 14 BBs, so you'll have to reload a bit often. These single shots are more for plinking around, shooting targets. So the BB weight that goes with this one is somewhere between 0.25 and 0.3. After that you're going to have a bit of a problem. I think this one shoots, I confirmed it at 360 FPS. It's a bit lower than advertised, but the accuracy is actually pretty good. The aim point, hair, whatever. And this one is Cyma, actually. It goes on the Cyma shotgun, the tri-shots, such as this one. This is Cyma tri-shot. But the parts fit, no problem. You can just smash it on there. That's for later. And the thing with that one is it really helps. Really helps, and you can adjust it sideways if you need to. Sometimes this thing will, like all guns, hook somewhere, right or left. Let's take the magazine one more time. In there, no problem. And that's how easy it is. But this was a very, very cheap gun, so I'm very satisfied with this. It's easy to cock. Sounds funny when you shoot it. This is the GNP, I think model 870 Wingmaster shotgun. This is the Sheriff Long, as they call it. And the feel is already, you can feel it's much heavier. This is full steel, or probably steel, I think. This is high-end materials through and through. And at first I thought this was a bit of a lame cocking handle, but I'm actually liking it much more now. And you can see I did the same modification with the barrel so I can aim better. Now for the problems. First off, the price. It's a bit too much. But if it shot straight out of the box and had adjustable hop-up that was actually reachable, it would be worth the money. But as is, you have to open it up, you have to get out the magazines, they get stuck. You can see here, I've had a lot of fun experiences. Looks like shit now, but no problem. Probably you have to file this down a bit. I think it will help a bit. It's too long. It overlaps the gap there, and some magazines are just impossible to get out. It's actually ridiculous. Some of them work, but Yeah, I had 3 of them get stuck there. Allow me to demonstrate. This here scabbard does not come with a gun, but I bought this one as a bundle with 7 magazines. I think 2 of them are broken now. And I haven't shot that many rounds. First off, the plastic lip are supposed to help you pull it out. But it's cheap as shit. So this is what you end up with. And then we have the scuffs on the sides. These are from screwdrivers all over the place. And there's a ridge here. I hope you can see it. And that ridge has been filed down a bit. Also all over the body, the shell. Most of them. I haven't done all of them, because I don't need 7 magazines. Another funny thing with this one is you have an end spring here, the one that pushes the BB up into the nozzle or whatever. I'm sorry about my English. And what happens with this is it can actually spring loose if it twists, which it will do sooner or later. It will come out and disappear. And what can happen here is, with this gun, I hope this works now. There we are. First problem is, even with the plastic lip there, it's really not any easier to do this. Just some magazines work and some don't. You have to really work on getting the forehand out. This is a bitch. Give me some scissors. And this is where all the scuff marks are from. I have to align myself better. There we are. Now I can pull it loose. But the problem with the end spring is it got loose inside the gun. And that was a problem. I had to drill the entire thing out and open it up and clean, and everything looked like shit. But after some sweat and tears, I got it out. I've glued it together so it doesn't spring loose. Probably will anyway, because my glue was cheap and probably the wrong material to glue with. Let's throw that magazine away. In other news, we have the hop up right here in front of the receiver, and there is no hole here, so you have to disassemble the outer barrel and the magazine tube, which is not that big a deal, but when you're trying to get the already bad accuracy to go somewhere, then you're having a bit of a problem with this. So I just said, screw it, I'll drill the hole. Didn't end up that good, but I can just paint that black or something. I don't care. It's more important that I can save my brain from hemorrhage. It's easy enough to disassemble, actually. You take the buttstock off, there's a screw in there, there's 2 screws in there first, of course, and then you take that and the pin, and you can pull the trigger guard out, and you can pull the shell out, and then there's really not that much. The Cyma tri-shots are much worse. And thank God, because I had to open this thing 20 times, maybe at least 15 times in a very short time period. And it's not only because I'm an amateur, not only. I've upgraded it with a 190% spring, and I'm having a bit of a problem here, but with the air seal and performance, I'm still working on it. But I chronoed at about 400 FPS with 0.25, But then after that I ran into some more problems, and now it won't do that again, so we'll see. But the accuracy is being sorted out. The thing that has to be done here is, I suppose you have to break it in, because the hop-up knob is just, you have to clean it from grease every now and then and keep wearing it down a bit, and then I think it will actually be pretty solid gun for shooting at the backyard. I think I broke it. Oh, that's why. Now let's talk about Cyma. This is the Full Metal 351M, I think. It's a breacher model, pistol grip. You can buy the foldable stock for about 9 quid, or no, 9 euros, $9. You can buy extra magazine, the holder here for $4 or something, and you can buy with 4 and with 6 slots. Weight, good weight, feels nice. I like the sound of it, and when you shoot it with BBs outside, the sound is very airy. It's like a poof. This particular gun that I have here, it shoots .2s very well. Actually, it shoots better with those than with .25s. But not all of these are like that. They are individual. If you buy 3, you'll have 3 different BB weights, and you have to break them in as well, and I haven't. So you have widely varying trajectories and groupings. And the hop-up is fixed, so you just have to find the right weight. Reloading is simple enough. I probably have it the wrong way here, but I'm not a professional. And you push it out a bit hard. It's supposed to come out on its own, but I guess it's a bit of learning experience. Quite weird for a toy, but I'm just a kid. The nice thing about this, when you cock it, it pulls the slide back, or window. I don't know what the name of that is. I recommend this, but not the breacher model. I don't really have a problem pumping it, but pumping and aiming it's weird. You have to shoot from the hip, or at least from the stomach, and it's going to take some getting used to. And then we have this one. This is the 370M, the Full Metal. I call it the police shotgun. As you can see here, I bought the same aiming hair point fiber and fit it there. This one is very, very front heavy. I'm not a small guy, but I'm struggling to empty one magazine with this and aim at the same time. It's so far it's still a bit of a struggle to do it. But that's no problem when you have the sound of this one. It's just great. You can disassemble these, but they're a bit harder than the single shot. I haven't tried disassembling this, so I don't know. Maybe someday I'll put another spring in there or something, get a mod, and probably kill it, but have fun with it. The original crosshair is a metal, and it sticks out about an inch. And the problem with it is there is a nail in there, or a screw in the barrel that goes up in the crosshair, and that screw comes loose, and there are holes on there under them here. You can tighten them, but I don't feel like it, so I removed it. What happened was the head of the screw touches the BB, the center barrel BB. It's going to split the BB and send it shooting straight upwards, and it was pretty fun. Actually, it looked weird. This is just for cosmetics, and also the adjustable sight. This one is going to be very hard to actually use for anything, just because it's so damn heavy. We have more. This is another. This is the 355. They're all the same internally. This is how I have a Magpul fake stock. It's a bit rattly. I don't like the feel very much, but it's easy to grip, so this one is a lot easier to shoot with. There's really not much more to say about these. We have let me show you how to install these. I think they're supposed to go on a plastic gun, or you're supposed to drill and thread the holes for these tiny screws that they send with these. The problem with these screws are they're made in China, and this one isn't. And if you can, first of all, you have to thread it. I didn't, but I think even if you did, I don't trust this. What you can do is get some metal screws with a wider threading. I'm supposed to replace all of these, but I ruined a bit and should really have to buy a better one that's not made in China, probably. The weight of this thing is so much better. You can maneuver it, you can actually aim with it, you can walk around with it. It's not very heavy. It's a lot lighter than this one, especially in the front. This is ridiculous. I think there are weights in there. They're a bit too heavy. That's that shotgun. I also have this one in the long version, but nothing new to say about it. It's worse to play with. If you're going to play with it, get the short one. Get the short one with a stock, or you won't be able to lift it, pump it, or aim it, especially not at the same time. This is a ruined ASG, I think, Franchi Spas 12. Yes, with a pistol grip. It's all plastic. It actually cost about the same as this one. Oh, it's a bit cheaper, but the difference is small, very small. And I got these on all the metal ones on sale. So they were actually cheaper than this one. The ASG, they spec theirs as the longer versions shoot harder than the shorter ones, and this one is supposed to be the middle ground because it's the pistol grip and the long barrel. But I think they all shoot the same, and I think they all shoot weaker than these by quite a bit. I chronoed it today and we have a difference of about 40 FPS with one bullet. Furthermore, I can talk about the hop up in this one. Maybe a problem with breaking in, but I noticed the bottom BBs are dropping very fast, so I believe there is only one hop up in this. Either way, it's not as good as the Cyma. Still looks cool. The magazine release is better. Actually helps you out. You can see how light it is. I don't recommend ASG. Get Cyma. Now I want you to know that this accuracy test will only be about 7 meters. And also none of the guns are set up properly. The GNP is just weird. But you can clearly tell that there's not that big of a difference between the expensive GNP and the very cheap Double Eagle, which I haven't modified in any way. So let's see what happened. I could hear that the Cyma is way more powerful. And I believe there are 3 dents here and 2 complete and 1 partial, and they're all from the Cyma. I'm obviously too tired to keep on going, as I forgot to do some of the parts I was supposed to. So I'll come back later, and unless I've grown up, I will upload another video.